Well, I'm back and I'm bored. I need to add context to why I'm bored. First off, welcome to my first series of burnt breakfast. I call it burnt breakfast because I burn a lot of food and I start a lot of kitchen fires because when I'm in there, I can't stop my mind from wandering. And so I'm constantly thinking about yarn and colors and designs, thinking about when's my orders gonna get here because I'm really bored with the yarn that I have. It's back there. That's part of it. It's all red heart. It's decent. I don't like it. So I'm waiting for new yarn to come in. But before I even get into all of that, welcome to Burnt Breakfast with Naughty Autistic Granny, where we talk about what's on your mind. And what's on my mind? I have 9 subscribers.
What?
I'm so excited because even just talking about yarn to absolutely nobody out in the nobody's, universe or whatever, I'm perfectly happy with that. So I have 9 subscribers. I'm so excited. And hi, EG. I discovered EG a couple of weeks ago and he inspired me to start up my own channel to, just talk about yarn. So thanks, EG. I appreciate you. And let me get back to being bored. I placed my first big girl order. I'm so excited. But I also have no patience because, I'm used to ordering my stuff from the oligarch called Amazon and getting my stuff in 1 to 3 days. Well, I don't shop at Hobby Lobby and I don't shop at Michael's for personal reasons that we won't go into. Anyway, I don't shop at those places and I haven't for decades. And so the yarn that I have coming, I actually have to be patient and wait for, and I'm not used to that. My ADHD, Dee Dee, she is furious. Absolutely furious. She just wants to go I want to go buy yarn right now. And, my autism is like, we have to be patient. We have to wait. We have everything all planned out. We know exactly what's coming. And now you can't change the process in the middle of it. So I'm trying to be patient, but I have really cool stuff coming. Hold on, I took notes. Of course I did. So I ordered from this place called Crochet.com, and I think they have another name, Webs or something. But anyway, I did an order with Crochet.com back on June 17th, and I'm so excited to get that order. I ordered mostly neutrals and tweeds because I need solids. I need solid colors, and I need really good basic yarns. Hold on a second. I'm so thirsty. My lips are really dry. Okay, better. And so I got that coming from Crochet.com. So I looked it up today on Crochet.com and I ordered it on June 17th. And then yesterday, which was June 25th in your world, it said it should be here by Monday. So that's exciting. That'll help with the boredom. The second place I ordered from was Hobbii, Hobbii. It's pronounced Hobbii because that's how they pronounce it over there. So I'm going to pronounce it the way they pronounce it. I made an order on June 18th, and from the 18th to the 21st, on the 21st, it finally hit customs. It's been sitting in customs from the 21st to the 25th. And as of yesterday, the 25th, it's been sent to the distribution terminal. So I'm only guessing that means that it's probably going to be on the road and finally, getting here. I just got new basic solid yarns from there, but I can't wait to show you what I got. So that's going to be exciting. And also yesterday on June 25th was the Premier Yarns sale. I get it. Everybody was all excited. I guess it depends on what kind of work you do. But I wasn't really all that impressed. I mean, the stuff that I wanted wasn't on sale, so, to me it was no big deal. But I did get 1 or 2 basics, even though they weren't on sale. The price is still really affordable. I kind of don't blame them for not putting them on sale. But the puzzle was half off, and I got a really interesting puzzle color that I can't wait to share with you guys. So anyway, that's my first real big girl yarn order that's going to be coming pretty soon, and I hope it comes soon because I need some excitement in my life. I've got other stuff that I'm working on, so you know, that'll be fine. But also on my Premier Yarns order, I think I might have popped on like 2 multicolored yarns on there, so I don't remember. We'll see. I'm trying not to look. Next is how I choose my yarn. This is so interesting because I see all of these shows with all this yarn behind them, you know, like a store. And they're like, oh, you know, I walk into my yarn room and the yarns, you know, they call to me and, you know, tell me what they want to be. And I'm like, oh, that's cool and all. I do it the opposite way. And of course, my husband says I do everything opposite. We know why now. And so I don't do it that way. I prefer to think of the project. What project do I want to do? And then when I get inspired by the project, then I get inspired by color. And what color do I want to feel when I wear it? Literally, what type of spirit do I want to have when I wear that piece of clothing or that outfit or whatever? And let me show you what I mean. And so I have been working on my poncho shawl I told you guys. This was the inspiration and the colors that I kind of went off of right here. And so I came up with my design in my brain. And I'm like, wow, that would be really cool in just all different kinds of funky colors that kind of coordinate, but kind of don't. So when I got that and I had an inspiration in my head, I thought, I want like, you know, oranges and yellows. I love purple and green, all my favorite colors. And this is what I came up with. I have all 3 of my panels are done, and I want to show you all 3. This is the, let me show you this one first. This was the very first one I made. It turned out so much better than I thought. And it's not at the complete big size yet. I'm waiting for my yarn to come in so I can finish, or at least plan what I want to do with the rest of it. And then I did this one second, and that one had the blue center. And then I kind of color manipulated and started this one in the middle with green. And so that looks really cool. This third panel I just finished the other day, and there's just something so interesting to show you about it. And here's this one. And this one's my favorite panel. This one's gonna be the one showcased on the back. It turned out so well. But let me show you what happened. So something I haven't shared with you guys yet, not only am I autistic and ADHD, but I've also lost the sight in this eye. And so it constantly looks like the light's off and it's shadowed. And then like I'm in a funhouse mirror, at the carnival funhouse mirrors, and then everything goes like this. So that's what this eye does. And I'm supposed to wear an eye patch, but I do sometimes. But because of that, I miss a lot of stitches. I drop a lot of stitches. I have a lot of frustrations learning stitches because I can't, I'm working with one eye and I'm trying to get used to that. But this is what happened. I was like, why is this bumped up right here? Why does that look so out of shape? See? Right here, it's bumped up because see those 2 granny clusters right there? Yeah, I forgot to put the chain spaces in between there, so I'm going to be ripping out 3 rows of that. What else am I working on? My blanket. Let's go in the other room and take a look at that. Well, here we are in the back bedroom / storage room. No, I'm not going to be like other YouTubers and say, oh, I'm so sorry for the mess. No, I'm not apologizing for my mess. We all have a room like this. And if you say you don't, yeah, you're probably, telling stories. Anyway, this is going really well. And I just come in every day and move the pieces around. I want to try to go from dark at the bottom and graduate, to the lighter colors toward the top. And so I need to figure out what color I want to attach it all with. And I also, like, how am I going to attach it? And then finally, I'm going to be going through and making sure that there aren't like the same colors side by side. Like, there's not like two green ones side by side or two red ones side by side. So, I want organized randomness. So that's what we're working on. I love it. And so I love my blanket. It's really bright. I don't typically lean towards super bright colors like that, but I wanted to break out of my shell of darks and neutrals and browns and creams and tans. You know what I mean? So I broke out in a big way. I prefer very, not muted, but I prefer deep saturated colors, rich and saturated and a color that has depth and commands presence and commands that you look at it. And that's why I love ombres, gradients, and self-striping and variegated. I choose the design and I let the design tell me what colors it wants to be and the structure and all of that, and instead of doing it the other way around. So I'm hoping that that's a good thing, and I'm hoping that it helps me keep my yarn buying experience and my yarn clutter to a minimum. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is, with all of that said, I'm stressing myself out even more by teaching myself a new stitch, right? Who does that? I know you do, EG. You have your own stitch. You're boss, man, boss. But right now I love granny squares and I love the granny stitch. And so I'm learning a new stitch and I'm having so many problems with it, but I'll get it. This is what it looks like. And it's a granny stitch that has a row of chain that you attach your granny stitch to. And I love it so much. And I want to just build it out into a big square and then maybe learn how to do the rectangle. I don't know, that looks really over my head, but maybe eventually I will. But I really love this. I love the structure of it. I love that it's different. And so I'm gonna keep practicing on that. I've been practicing on it now it takes me forever to learn things. And I have, I have written instructions too. But I have problems with reading and comprehension, and so that's kind of a struggle. And so learning a new stitch is quite a process for me. And I've been working on this little teeny tiny swatch for probably 5 days. And I've probably ripped it out like 30 or 40 times, but I don't care. Because it's yarn, and I will eventually learn. So there's that. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say today. I just wanted to hop on here and talk about yarn and not getting yarn and hoping for yarn and wanting yarn. And, crocheting yarn. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. And, I'll see you in my next video.